Heavy Metal Maniacs has this report. Oh, wait, this is another news exclusive from the 1580 The Fanatic News Center. Heavy Metal Maniacs reporting YouTube TV working fine in my place. I repeat, YouTube TV working fine at Heavy Metal Maniacs place. This from the 1580 The Fanatic News Center. Back to the studio and our regularly scheduled program. There you go. Says here on my thing that we're streaming, so I don't know.
Yeah, I restarted it. I put today's date and I just put part 2 after it. So if you want to get back on that stream and watch it, there it is.
888-368-1580. So let's for a minute. Can we take a break from all this stuff and talk about something a little more light and easy? It's getting towards the end of the year. And I feel like we need some levity. I mean, the Daily Blender is always so hard hitting and voracious with our sports entertainment. And I thought I would run down some of the top movies of the year in no particular order. Best movies of the year. This, according to the Chive. One of the top movies of the year. Tell me if you agree or disagree with this, Keon. Oppenheimer. Did you see Oppenheimer? This true story of American scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer and his role in the development of the atomic bomb. Did you see that?
I did actually. Yeah. I wanted to see it in theaters, but man, it was sold out for weeks after the movie came out. But yeah, no, I liked it a lot. I got a little long there at the end. There was a point where near the ending where you're like, okay, this could probably end now and
could be done with. I'm happy with the movie now.
It's already an incredibly long movie. It didn't have to drag on at the end like it did. But yeah, no, it was a really good movie.
All right. So Rotten Tomatoes gave that 93%. The audience only gave it 91%.
That's actually not bad for the difference between audiences and critics. That's actually not a bad gap there between those two.
You notice that the Academy Awards never award movies that people like. It's always some nondescript movie that nobody really knows.
Well, it's a movie studio thing. Yeah, they push their artsiest films and try to get people to invest in that. I guess
All right, and for it to mention, you can jump in on this too. So Oppenheimer, one of the top movies of 2023. How about this movie? Keon, you're a moviegoer, so I'm expecting you to give me the input here.
Oh boy, this is
actually another movie. It's called Talk to Me. A group of friends discover how to conjure spirits with an embalmed hand. They become hooked on this new thrill and high-stakes party game until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces.
Oh, see, that's why I haven't seen this movie. I'm like, I haven't even heard of this movie. Yeah, I'm not a horror movie person at all. This
Talk to me.
This movie looks like it would scare me. And if anybody says, well, boy, it's probably not that scary, it doesn't take a whole lot in a movie to scare. Okay, it's the bar is very low.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it 94%. The audience says no, 82%.
It does look interesting though.
I might
give it a shot.
Probably right up your alley. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Miles Morales catapults across the multiverse where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting the very existence. When the heroes clash on how to handle the new threat, Miles must redefine what is meant to be a hero. Have you seen that one?
I have. It's real good. I mean, you should probably watch the first one if you haven't seen it yet before you watch this one.
Okay.
But definitely recommend it. I like the art style, the animation. I'm not like an animation buff or anything, but I do like animation. And
you're saying you like to watch animation in the buff?
Well, that too. But I do like, the when I see an interesting art style kind of brought to life like that, I think that's really cool. And I thought the story of it was very fun too. So I always have a fun time with Spider Verse movies.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes says 95%. Audience, 94%.
People like it, so naturally it will win no awards.
Here's a movie I've never heard of in my entire life. And that's not saying much. The movie is called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, based on the beloved Roald Dahl story. This short film, Henry Sugar, a wealthy man who decides to take on an extraordinary challenge. He wants to master an extraordinary skill in order to cheat at gambling games. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Have you seen this movie?
I have not seen this movie. I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
You have heard of
it? Yeah. Right. It's got Benedict Cumberbatch in it, so that can't be a bad thing. I think he's a good actor. But yeah, I actually don't know anything about this movie outside of the name. But I probably will watch it. It does look interesting to me.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 96%. Audience says 82%. All right, John Wick Chapter 4. Are you a John Wick guy?
I am.
Have you seen all of them?
I have seen all of them many times.
Have you seen Chapter 4?
I have seen Chapter 4.
So, with a price on his head, ever increasing, legendary hitman John Wick takes his fight against the high table global as he seeks out the most powerful players in the underworld, from New York to Paris to Japan to Berlin.
It's an awesome movie. I mean, I like the story. It seems like there shouldn't be a story there, because the story seems like it would just be Keanu shoots a bunch of people. But no, like the more they add to this, to these movies, the more plot they seem to find. It's weird. It's actually getting better the more sequels they have, which is not my experience personally. So yeah, no, I highly recommend it. Also, if you just like cinematography and a good shot here and there, there's plenty in this.
Seems also, like there was a lot of great cinematography in this.
Yeah, also very violent, if that's your thing.
Well,
which
I mean,
he shoots so many people get shot.
I have to watch this when Miss Kim's not around.
Yeah, if you get the chance.
Been wanting to watch the John Wick series.
But, yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah. All right, here's another one. One of the top movies of 2023. Tell me if you like it. They cloned Tyrone. A series of eerie events thrusts an unlikely trio onto the trail of a nefarious government conspiracy in this pulpy mystery caper.
Can I just say I have not actually heard of this movie, but they have one image of this movie. This one still picture. Just based on that, I would watch this.
They cloned Tyrone.
I'm guessing that's Tyrone there at the end looking at his clone self.
Maybe.
Also, audience score 100%. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Rotten Tomatoes 95, audience score 100%.
No, this movie looks fun as hell. I would absolutely watch it.
This has got to be a movie you've seen. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Still reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill must rally his team to defend the universe and protect one of their own. If the mission is not completely successful, it could possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I mean,
you see it?
I have seen it.
You know what I like about the Guardians movie is the soundtrack.
They have the possibly the best soundtrack in superhero movies. Also, I think that as far as like the current run of Marvel movies is going, like the Guardians movies are still the best ones. I don't know. I haven't been as into the Marvel Cinematic Universe as I had been before, because I just after they beat Thanos, I just don't care as much. It's just hard for me to get invested in anything that is happening. I am trying.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so hit or miss lately. Like I watched the Ant-Man movie, and don't recommend that one. It just wasn't great.
Right.
So like, it's not just that
so
one.
don't watch the Ant-Man, but the Guardians.
But Guardians, yeah, watch
Guardians 3. That's a good one.
It was good. It was good.
All right. All right. Let's see. Here's one. Killers of the Flower Moon. Real love crosses paths with the unspeakable betrayal as Molly Burkhart, a member of the Osage Nation, tries to save her community from a spree of murders fueled by oil and greed. Did you see this one?
I actually haven't seen this one. It's another one of those movies that I wanted to see, but just it didn't match up with my schedule, and a lot of the showings of it when I had time were either packed or close to packed, where the seats that were available were the worst possible seats. Mm-hmm. And I just will not be doing that to myself. Okay. Mm-hmm. When I was 21 and I didn't care and would just go to the movie theater and watch anything. Yeah. I would go sit on the front row and look up at the screen and not see anything for 3 hours. Okay. I will not be doing that anymore. So I just haven't had the chance to really see it. I hear it's really good. If not incredibly long. So
this has got to be a movie you've seen. And this will be the last one before we take a break, because we're really late here. But Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. A charming thief and a band of unlikely adventurers embark on an epic quest to retrieve a long-lost relic. But their charming adventure goes dangerously awry when they run afoul of the wrong people.
I had seen it, yeah, which is funny because I haven't played much Dungeons and Dragons at all. But it came out in the summer, and I had some friends that went to go see it, and they were like, "No, it's actually really good." So they dragged me along because it just seemed silly. I didn't really want to watch it. No, it's a fun blockbuster. It's
no kidding.
Yeah, okay. It is. Right. You know, it's a fantasy world romp that just is. It's just fun. Nothing bad to say about this movie at all. Chris Pine's pretty cool in it.
All right, there you go. That's the top movies according to the Chive, and now we've had our movie critic Keon Rose, sexiest man in sports talk radio, give us his take on these movies. We'll get your take off the text line. 888 what is it? 888 1580. It's around the corner on the Daily Blender here on. Boy, I'm getting tired. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
NFL Week 15 begins on Thursday night in Las Vegas, where the Raiders take on the Chargers in an AFC West matchup. Both teams sitting at 5-8. For the Chargers, they have benched starting quarterback Justin Herbert after he suffered an injured finger against the Denver Broncos in Week 14. Easton Stick will get the started quarterback. The Raiders have lost 3 in a row after starting 2-0 under interim head coach Antonio Pierce, who took over for the fired Josh McDaniels. The Raiders are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 148 on the money line. Chargers plus 126. With the over-under at 34. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Act now. Visit Verizon.com. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Of course, Moist One has to chime in on our movie reviews here. Keon, he says, is that Harry Sugar movie on Netflix? I don't think that was the name of it.
Hold on, let me go back to the name of it here. It is...
Welcome back to the Daily Blender of 1580 99.3 The Fanatic. I think he's just being funny.
It's the wonderful story of Henry Sugar.
It's the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. Moist One. Swazman says, Randy, I'm sure you think the Cardinals are going to win out, but can they handle the 49ers this weekend? And what about that Bear game on Christmas? I think it's in Chicago. Swazman, do you really want to know my honest opinion? Of course, I think they can beat the 49ers. And of course, I think they can beat Chicago in Chicago on Christmas. 888-368-1580. Last Optimist has this list of movies to check out. The Menu.
That one was good too. Yeah,
that was a good movie.
Yeah, weird, very weird. Just be prepared for that, but good.
Gran Turismo.
I hadn't seen that one actually.
And then the Last Optimist wants to see Godzilla -1, John Wick, and The Fall of the House of Usher.
Definitely watch John Wick, and I'm going to see Godzilla this weekend. So
that Godzilla +1.
Yeah, it's I don't really know anything about it. I'm going in fresh, man. I just know it's a Godzilla movie, and I've watched a bunch of them. So
Fish Tank says, slow news days, boys. You know what, Fish Tank? Why don't you rehearse some songs and you let us do the radio show? How about that? Would you write another song about how bad Ralph's teams are and let us deal with the radio show? How about that?
Just wanted to talk about some movies, man. That's all.
I mean, I just thought I would break it up from the monotony of the sports.
Yeah.
I'm not Jeffrey. I can't just come up with stuff off the top of my pointed head. It took me all day to prepare for this, Fish Tank. I'll have you know, this just doesn't happen. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And I thought the Fourth Dimension would appreciate the top movies of 2023. Jeez. Do you have a rehearsal or something to be in? Scoozer says, Scoozer. How the hell did we get somebody named Scoozer? Love the John Wick series. Tried to count how many guys Kano kills. It's impossible.
It's
I'd say
impossible.
Like 500.
And it's the worst. Do not. This is Daily Blender advice. Do not engage in that as a drinking game. You will die. Your liver will not be able to process that.
Berg throwing some shade at you, Keon.
What else
You're
is
better movie critic than you're a fantasy football player, and then a laughing emoji.
Well, that's true. I'm a better most things than I am a fantasy football player. Where's the shame in that?
Wow, Berg.
I've written movie reviews and gotten paid to do that, and no one has ever paid me to play fantasy football. So of course I'm better at that than this.
Mr. Wilbur, you may have your Hall of Fame status revoked. I know this is kind of off limits,
Oh man!
but I think Noah just threw another touchdown pass. Is this what I'm thinking he's saying? That quarterback from U of A just threw another touchdown pass on my Devils?
When you know what? Reach 70 points first before you start doing that. We could do that to you on account of you gave up
70
points in the Territorial Cup.
77.
77. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. I actually,
that's something Mr. Wilbur will never see. Navy Devil says
there's a joke there, but I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Jeffrey would take it because he's shameless that way. I'll let it go.
Navy Devil says Expendables 4 was awful. I think all the Expendables, maybe Expendables 1 was okay.
I watched the first one and I was like, this can't get better than this. This is peaked right here, right now. I haven't watched another one. This is as good as it gets, man.
And then there was some random thing on the X/Twitter on the X that had what's his name on there, Rocky, and he was in Expendables. The hell, can't think of his name now. Him and his daughters, they were doing some. I don't know what the hell they were doing, to be honest with you. It was some stupid thing. He's shorter than his daughters. I'm just wondering how they made him look so big in those Expendable movies.
Oh, there's plenty of camera tricks because Tom Cruise is short and they make him look tall in every Mission Impossible. He's not.
No, he's like 3 feet. He's like 3'2" or something.
Yeah,
right?
he's really small. But there are ways that they can do it. They can have you wear, kind of platform shoes and then never shoot your feet. They can also dig little trenches for taller people to stand in, and then you stand on the outside of the trench, and then you're the same height.
Apple boxes,
and shoot from an angle below the person.
According to Yahoo Sports, Ryan Young, staff writer for Yahoo, he makes this statement: Bill Belichick's time with the Patriots is apparently coming to an end, regardless of how the rest of the season plays out. Patriots, according to NBC Sports Boston's Tom Curran, have already decided to move on from the longtime coach after the end of the season. That decision apparently made after the Patriots fell to the Indianapolis Colts in Germany back in November 12th. When they came out of Germany conversations, I had that week made it very clear that a decision was made, Curran said Monday, and they were going to play out the string. And at the end of the year, there would be a parting of ways for a variety of reasons. You don't fire Bill Belichick during the season. It's just not going to happen. End of quote.
Yeah, because it's really messy to do it that way. I think he's deserved the right to finish a season after all he's done in New England.
But what does that do for your team?
I mean, in what sense?
I mean, obviously the team is floundering.
Yeah. I mean, they're real bad.
Obviously, Bill has not made wise personnel choices
for years now.
Obviously, this team is not has not been a contender since Tom Brady left the team. There's only one Tom Brady, and there's only one Bill Belichick. But I mean, it's obvious to me that Tom Brady can succeed without Bill Belichick. However, the other way is not. That's not so true. Belichick needed a Tom Brady to help him win, to help this team move forward.
Yeah, but I don't know that. I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily the most complete way to put it. I think because when you look at what happened, Tom Brady, obviously a great quarterback, and if you're a great coach, I don't care which coach you are, you need a great quarterback to win multiple Super Bowls. You might win one with a bad quarterback, but you can't win multiple Super Bowls with a bad quarterback. Like, you know, Bill Walsh, you take Joe Montana away, there's not 4 Super Bowls happening there. There just isn't. So with Tom, yeah, you take Tom Brady away from Bill Belichick. Obviously, he's not as successful. But then Tom also had the benefit of going to a more talented team than the one he was already playing on. You know, Tampa Bay wasn't a great team before that, but you could just make the argument that the reason why they weren't great is because they were a quarterback away and that they maybe needed a quarterback who wasn't going to throw 30 touchdowns, but also 30 interceptions, you know, because they were a 500 team with that happening, with 30 picks in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, and that's not even counting the fumbles and other turnovers that obviously happen over the course of a football season. So Tom Brady went to a pretty talented team. He's a great quarterback and they won. I don't know that necessarily proves that Bill Belichick can't win without Tom Brady. I think what's happening right now is I don't think Bill can win right now because his hold on the league, his hold on how he used analytics in the draft process, the way he was ahead of the curve in understanding positional value, you know, the way that he was able to make to move on from players before they actually fell off of a cliff and replace them and continue to retool and put talent around. I think that's something that Bill's lost over the years, and that's his downfall, in my opinion.
Well, it seems like this is the end for Bill Belichick. According to this report, he's out. And the bottom line is the New England Patriots are going to have to move quick. They have currently they're slated to have the number 2 pick in the NFL draft coming up this coming April or next April. And somebody has got to be calling the shots, and then you got to have not only a head coach and a new coaching staff, because you know all the coaches are going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to keep all those coaches.
No, they've got to find new places, new.
Then you got to
have
a GM because Bill was the GM.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have somebody that's going to come in and run football operations because Bill was running that too. That's a big ask, man. You got to start making moves now. If this indeed is 100% correct, which I have no reason to think it's not. I mean, NBC Sports, Boston, it's a reliable source. You know, it's not like, the Backyard Patriot podcast is telling me this. This is NBC Sports Boston. That this report came out and that this has been known since November. So you got to think that Robert Kraft has got people in mind to replace the legend. And how hard is that going to be for the next head coach of the Patriots to come in?
It's going to be incredibly difficult. I mean, you're following the greatest coach in the history of the NFL. I mean, that's who you're going after. And he's not in his prime anymore. People will be judging you based on the fact that you're supposed to be able to come in and hit the ground running. We expect that of coaches these days. You know, I mean, there's a lot of great coaches in the history of the game. We would have probably fired them by now. But we expect coaches to come in and get things in order right away. But I do think that it's okay to wait until the end of the season because any coach you would look at, any general manager you would look at that's worth their salt, they're busy right now on teams that are winning. So if you wait until the end of the season, that's fine. but you should have your ducks in a row. You should have a list of candidates that you would like to approach once the season is over. You should have a list of that for general manager and head coach.
Chiefs Cole on the text line at 888-368-1580 says, gone not too soon, Bill Belichick. Wow. Mr. Pringle says, I got a hunch that the Patriots will be looking for a new coach soon. Does Keon plan to apply? Are you gonna leave us, Keon, and apply for the Patriots head coaching position?
No, I am not. I try to.
You're sticking around?
Yeah, I'm sticking around right here in large part because the Patriots should not and would not hire me. I know some things about football, but trust me, I do not have the depth of knowledge to coach an NFL team.
I don't know about that. We got to take a break. When we come back, more of your texts on this date in Big Georgia's sports history. Maybe we even have a Wheel of Sports. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your fit. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Act now. Visit Verizon.com. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, a lot of us play fantasy football this time of year, and it's fun. But what you should be playing is fantasy electric bills. What's that? It's where you get with Harman Solar, and they save you over 80% off your electric bill every month. Then, each time you open up that bill, you're going to feel like you just won a championship. Call Harman Solar today. Get a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Wednesday, December 13th. As we head for 6 o'clock tonight, Jeffrey O'Brien out today. My name is Randy White. Over there, that is the sexiest man in sports talk radio, Keon Rose, and this is the Daily Blender. You are the fourth dimension. Text again at 888-368-1580. Number one Rattlers fan on the text line, listening to Keon and all of his information is such a breath of fresh air. Well, where have you been, number one Rattlers fan? That there was stagnant air. Were you down the dial again?
I hear it's very stagnant over there, yeah.
Was he down the dial?
I sure hope not. I sure hope not.
Big George says, I, for one, like the show Sports News Day. I like the slow Sports News Day. Let me try this again. I, for one, like the slow Sports News Day discussion between Keon and Randy of the top movies of 23. My top movie of the year includes Oppenheimer, A Merry Scottish Christmas, and The Nun 2. How can you watch such a diverse? I mean, one is like a historical kind of, docudrama, Oppenheimer. I don't know what the hell A Merry Scottish Christmas is.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Guys in
honestly.
kilts running around delivering presents, I think. And then that evil, terrible, horrible nun movie, second edition, 2.0.
I just can't do horror movies, honestly. I mean, I try, and then I watch some movie that terrifies me for like a week. It's not worth it for me. It's not worth it.
Nun 2 reminds me of one of my high school teachers dressed up in a nun costume. You know what I mean?
Why'd they do that? What were they trying to?
I don't know.
What were they trying to teach you that required them to do that?
Instead, the Nun 2. Instead of the ruler, it'll be a switchblade. I don't know. I don't know.
I saw the commercials. I was like, I'm good. I'm fine.
I'm not. You're not a big horror movie, are you? Guy?
No,
I'm not either.
If it's really, really good, like beyond the scariness, like if the movie has something it's trying to say that might be interesting, then I might get there. But someone would have to strongly recommend it to me that I trust their taste in movies. That's what it would take.
Do you trust Mr. Pink Ice is the best movie of 23 was the new Saw movie? Aren't they done with the Saw thing? Haven't they kind of bled that thing dry?
They kind of brought it back. I've never been into the Saw movies, so I don't know. That doesn't mean that Mr. Pink Eye has bad taste in movies. It just means that that's just not a movie series that's ever been for me.
Last Optimist says Elon Musk has donated $100 million to start a new STEM college in Austin, Texas. It is believed the new college will be called the Texas Institute of Technology and Science. I see what he's trying to do there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop right there.
Mm-hmm. You think you're slick, my friend, and you are not.
Stopping right there.
Right there.
The Texas Institute of Technology and Science.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Bob, did any of you guys hear that SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles will host the Super Bowl 61 in February of 27? Yeah. Yeah, and LA gets another thing, don't they? LA gets another. Yeah, it was and I love the way they according to a source, NFL will vote to approve Los Angeles as Super Bowl host for 2026 season.
Like it's a mystery.
I mean, if you read the headline like that, source, NFL will vote to approve. I mean, why even vote? I mean, just walk in and say, everybody say aye. Okay,
yeah.
Ratified.
You know you want to give LA the Super Bowl. Of course they do.
I bet it won't sell out. You think it will?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on who makes it in 4 years. If it's a bad matchup, maybe not.
Watch it be Arizona and Jacksonville. Yeah, the $5 billion SoFi Stadium will be hosting the Super Bowl in 2027. This is 26. I don't know. I don't know where
for the 26
Beer Bob.
season.
I don't know where you got your information in 27.
It's the 26th season, but the actual Super Bowl itself will be that February
27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Okay. All right. 888-368-1580. Let's do this before Big George gets on my case here. It's time for On This Date in Big George's Sports History. Back in the year 1983, the highest scoring NBA game occurred when the Detroit Pistons beat the Denver Nuggets 186-184 in a triple time thriller at McNichols Sports Arena in Denver. Two teams combined to score an NBA record of 370 points. An NBA record, 4 players scored over 40 points in the game, including Kiki Vanderway of the Nuggets, who scored a game-high 51. Back to you, Jeffrey. Well, Jeffrey's not here, so. By the way, everybody's been, Shohei Ohtani is going to the Dodgers. Oh, yay. Ralph was in yesterday. He was insufferable.
Yeah. As you would expect.
You guys here in Phoenix are going to get to see the greatest ball player of all time. No, we're going to get to see a media darling who happens to be a unicorn, who pitches and hits. and he just got paid $700 million by the Dodgers. Let's see, and all I could say to him, who was the National League champions again? Can you tell me that, Ralph? He didn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I think he got very convenient amnesia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But also, you didn't watch Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts for an entire series against the Diamondbacks do
for
nothing?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, I'm not jealous. I'm really not. But the Shohei Ohtani free agency, the Giants president says the team was presented with the same deal as the Dodgers. Well, if the team was presented with the same deal as the Dodgers, then why didn't the team jump on it?
Well, no, he's the Giants president is saying they were willing to offer everything the Dodgers were willing to offer.
Oh.
Shohei just chose the Dodgers.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, why would he do that? Maybe because he didn't want to move. Maybe he just thought,
yeah.
I'm already set up here in Anaheim and in LA. I've got it good here. I've already got some, I've got some restaurants I go to. I like my neighbors. I know my way around. You know what I mean? I got a nice house. I know my friends are here. I don't know. I think the Giants needed to do a better job of selling it, I think.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, even though the Dodgers have exactly one championship, like Ralph likes to talk about this, like they've got billions and billions. They have one championship since the 80s.
1988 was their last championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you feel about the 2021 and all that. But they have sold people on we're just going to win a bunch of championships here in LA, despite the fact that there's no evidence of that actually happening.
Yeah,
that's what they sell people on. We are the city of champions. The Lakers have a stronger case for this than the Dodgers do, but the Dodgers make the case all the time.
Yeah. Well, sorry, the Giants ended up getting the number 2 guy. That cat from the Korean Baseball League. He's probably going to be great. I mean, he's coming in not injured. He's got a lifetime batting average in the KBO is 340, which is an amazing average. The kid can hit for power. He can hit. He's got can hit in the gaps. I think he's going to be a good addition to that lineup in San Francisco. And we'll have to wait and see what they've got. Let's do we have a second here? We got a quick second for on the wheel of sports.
We have.
Not really.
We've got literally 1 minute left in this.
1 minute left here. I think
program.
There goes the music.
Yeah.
Never mind. Well, it's been fun. I'm sorry we didn't get to the wheel of sports. We've had a lot of fun talking today. Talking about Draymond Green slapping. Nurkic for the Suns. Nobody talks about Suns winning the damn game. It's just all about Draymond slapping Nurkic.
Yeah, granted, it's the second European he's tried to fight in 23 games. So
tonight, Suns, all 3 of the biggies will be on the floor against the Nets. We'll see how that turns out. For Keon Rose and Jeffrey O'Brien, this is Randy White saying so long. We will see you again tomorrow over most of these same radio stations, same bad time, same bad channel. This has been the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Good night, everybody.